Good morning, team. Welcome back to the next day in our Coach Basics training. So today we are going to talk all about personal development. You're a part of our team, so I know that you have seen Jen and I just go on and on and on about how important personal development is, how much we do it, and today I want to go into exactly why we are so in love with personal development and why we find it so important, and we just really want to stress that you should be doing this as well and give you some great tips and ideas on things to listen to and how to squeeze it into your already jammed, packed, full, busy schedule. So first of all, why in the heck do we do personal development? It's a part of our 3 vital behaviors, so that goes to show that Beachbody believes in it as well. And guys, if you've been following along with us in this Coach Basics training, you have, posted your announcement picture on Facebook, you've started inviting, and I can guarantee you that you've gotten some pushback, maybe some objections, you've heard some no's, or just crickets. And those things are hard to hear. And if you continue to do this for the next, hopefully long term with us, and you are not fueling your body and your mind with good, solid learning, confidence building, positive affirmation stuff, you're not going to make it. You will crumble, you will fall, you will fail. There have been so many times in this business where I've hit rough spots and I've wanted to throw in the towel. And I stepped back and I reevaluated why I was where I was, why my mindset was where it was at that point in time. And every single time, it's because I wasn't doing personal development. I slacked up on it. I thought I was too busy. I had too many invites to send and too many coach training videos to make, so I didn't have time to do personal development that day. That is the worst decision you can make as a Beachbody coach and just as a human being. I have learned so much through personal development. I'm so much more of a confident person. People see me and they're like, man, she's changed. Something's different about her. When I get no's now, when people tell me no's, I still get them. I'm going to continue to get them. They bounce off a lot easier. It's kind of like it puts this shield of armor in front of you. So when things start to hit you, they don't penetrate near as bad. But when you start to slack on that personal development, that shield of armor becomes thinner and thinner until it's completely gone. So you must do personal development every single day. Every single top coach in our business swears by personal development. You hear them talking about it on team calls, national wake-up calls. The CEO of our company swears by it. We as coaches swear by it, and we want to make sure that you are living and breathing just as much personal development as we are. So here's the question. So you know it's important, but how in the heck do you squeeze it into your schedule? You all know me. You know my story. I work full-time in the operating room. I have a 2-year-old toddler that I'm chasing around. I am a wife, and I'm running Beachbody, a thriving Beachbody business on the side. However, personal development is the top thing on my priority list every single day. And these are the ways that I do it. First and foremost, I wake up in the morning. I do all of my workouts in the morning unless something crazy happens, but that's my goal. But before I start my workout, I spend 10 minutes in quiet time, whether that's me just praying and reflecting on the day past or the upcoming day, or reading my Bible, and I also have a gratitude journal, so I try to write down 2 to 3 sentences every morning on things that I'm thankful for, the blessings that are around me. It's a great way to really ground yourself and to remind yourself of how great your life really is. When you start your day off with just 10 minutes of that, you carry yourself differently through the rest of the day. You have a different vibe about you, so please, try to implement that into your schedule. So I drink my E&E, and while I'm waiting for it to kick in, I'm doing some sort of personal development. Now, that's not the only personal development that I do. The other thing that I do is I listen to all kinds of personal development when I'm on the road. I have to drive a lot for work. Perhaps you don't drive, but think of any mindless activity that you have. Washing dishes, taking a shower, putting makeup on, doing your hair, cutting grass, planting flowers, walking outside with your son, your daughter when you're out going on a stroll. Anytime you have a mindless activity where you can pair it with something else, pair it with personal development. You don't have to be sitting on your couch with a book in your hand. There are 2 great tools that I use. One is a podcast. Download it. Get it on your phone. There are some great people that I listen to on podcasts. The 3 that I'm currently listening to, or 4 I should say, the top one that I listen to is the Beachbody podcast. search for Beachbody, download that, and start working your way through all of the past national wake-up calls. Those are so important. When I first signed up as a coach, I went back and re-listened or listened for the first time to every single one of the past national wake-up calls. They are jammed packed, full of awesome information. They are all led by top coaches who share what works for them and for their team. So do that. You can see every single one of those via your podcast, your Beachbody podcast. The other three that I listen to, Andy Stanley, I actually go to his church. He's local here in Atlanta. He is a big preacher. He's known worldwide now, but he has a podcast where he shares all of his past sermons. They're 30 minutes. They are great. Pick me up, Jesus time, awesome things to listen to. I also listen to a podcast called Entree Leadership. It's a guy based out of Nashville. He speaks directly to small business owners just like ourselves, and he teaches you how to run a small business most effectively and how to build leadership skills. So I highly recommend listening to him. And then the other great one is Chalene Johnson. She's actually the instructor of PIO, a couple of our videos, PIO, Chalene Extreme, and a couple other ones. So you may already have done workouts by her, but she has a podcast. And if you have any questions social media related, if you're trying to figure out how to grow your following on Instagram or Facebook, download her stuff, listen to it. She's got some phenomenal great tips. So download a podcast. You don't have to sit down in front, of a book with a cup of coffee or tea. You can do things on the go. Remember, any mindless activity that you are doing, pair it with personal development. The other option is another app called Audible, Audible. It is hosted and ran by Amazon. The reason why I love this is because I don't have time to sit down with a book. However, there are so many awesome books out there that I need to read, I want to read, and Audible allows me to do that once again on the go. So any book that you can purchase off of Amazon, you can convert it over to Audible and it can be read to you. It's a book on tape. So some great books that I have on my nightstand that I have read and I also have in Audible I'm going to share with you that I want you to check out. Chalene Johnson's Push, Entree Leadership. I'm reading one right now called Eat That Frog. Awesome book. It's great if you're trying to figure out how in the heck to stay organized and squeeze even more things into your already busy schedule. Check Eat That Frog. The Slight Edge, I recommend that for every single new coach to be their first book to read. The Compound Effect, Go Pro is another great one. And another one that I've heard awesome things about that is on my to-do list is called You're a Badass. It does have some colorful language in it. However, I hear it's a very fun, lighthearted way, great way to just fuel your mind. So check out those two options, and of course, sit down and pick up a book. But guys, you have to do personal development every single day. It's going to grow you as a coach, as a leader, as a mom, as a husband, as a businesswoman, businessman. I carry myself in such a different way now, and I can give all of the credit to doing personal development. So I hope these tips and tricks help you so you can figure out how to squeeze it into your daily schedule and never neglect personal development, or else your business and yourself, you will absolutely crumble because it's not for the weak-minded and weak-hearted.